So hi all. So till now we have seen up to the binary class classification technique. So we can also go with this pizza kind of the project we are going to be showcased is the time. This is very simple basic approach to handle over in the TensorFlow library with respect to whatever we learned in the CNN concept. But the multi-class classification is slightly different. We can also see some of the steps to tackle out with regarding the multi-class classification task. So these are some standard steps we have to follow, connecting the data and also the pre-processing the steps along with the creating the model or the building the model and fitting of your model according to whatever whatever the typical nature you're going to be get by using some of the optimization results and also the regularizations. And along with that, you can also evaluate your model corresponding to which you're going to be get as accuracy results and also the log loss if you want to be specified, and repeat that until you satisfied you will get the less loss and also the more accuracy values. So today in this class we are going to be see I will take some of the different classes. Till now we have seen we expected to write with respect to only for pizza and steak, right? So the pizza and steak we are not comparing with now, pizza and steak. So we also get some loss results at the end. We are also planning to cover up Vgg16 today. This is a pre-trained mechanism, so we are going to be handled in the CNN oral architecture. So many research papers are come together, and finally they analyze this is the best research paper till now. We are going to implement the solutions. So I would say this is one of the solution. We have several other solutions also, but Vgg16 is a more popular, better than the other models. We're going to be try with the pre-trained mechanisms as a TensorFlow model. So what will happen eventually once you going to be learn any kind of the mechanisms, you probability to go get to understanding about some research paper and try to understand the mathematics skills they are put in into the consideration. So yeah, let's build on the multi-class classification. Then we can go for the VGG16 model. So we're just extracting the data by using this link we already done in the binary class classification, so that I am just skipping this part. So yeah, I'm just taking randomly 10 different classes as 10 different classes as. So we have seen only for the pizza and the steak, and you can see here we have something called as a sushi, something called as a chicken curry, something called as a hamburger, and pizza, fried rice, and grilled salmon. So these are some different classes we can take extract by randomly, so that we'll get some idea how does multi-class classification is going to be very helpful. So splitting into the trained data sets and the test data sets corresponding to the 10 different classes we had, and I'm just collecting the 10 different classes. Yeah, these are the 10 different classes by taking randomly, so that we can build on top of that as a multi-class classification task, just creating the database according to that, so that eventually we can try on top of the CNN architecture model. So chicken curry is the one class, chicken wings is the one class, and fried rice is the one class, grilled salmon is the one class, hamburger is one class, ice cream, pizza, like that. So we'll go and see the random images. How does that going to be looks like? I'm just displaying some random images with respect to the grilled salmon. So this is how the grilled salmon is going to be looks like in these images. So we are just extracting by using this link, right? So this is where we have some food kind of the related images which are having the bunch of the images we are going to be showcased. At the time you extracted those images, you eventually get different 10 different classes of the images like this, so which are having the values around 5 to 12 into 5 to 12 and 3. The channel color is RGB, right? And the next step is pre-processing, right? So eventually you have to prepare for the for this data set into your model to make some kind of sense out of it, and also you will going to be fit that model eventually, evaluating your results at the end. So what will happen if you go and pre-process the data? We already we already know we need to rescale this data, because somehow we're having 5 to 12 cross 3. So we need to analyze this data in terms of to get much more sense about grayscale images. For that we just divided by 255, so that it will eventually rescaling of the data somehow. And also we are generating the some of the images in terms of the steeringness and also some rotation kind of the thing, so that it will be generated as image data generator. So you can see we have around obviously the target size is going to be 224 cross 224. At the time you're going to be analyze your data in much efficient way. So this is a major difference. Class mode is consist of the categorical instead of the binary. Okay, for the train and also the test results. So that will be better appreciate when compared to the binary and categorical values while doing the multi-class classification task. So yeah, creating a model is straightforward. We already learned so many models how to create that by using the TensorFlow and Keras libraries. These are very essential. Eventually learning so many different algorithms also. So we also learn something called as optimizers today. So we are very lack on the optimizers. So how does this optimizers going to be helpful to reduce your loss and also competition efficiency? So we'll look onto these optimizers. This is very helpful in terms of the neural network, because this is a very deep neural network kind of the thing whenever you build any model on top of your images data. So currently we are taking only the 10 class classification. What if I have a 1,000 class classification task? So at the time I realized to use optimizers typically. So what at the time we can you can use that optimizers little later, and we'll also discuss the little later of this class. So I just create